All right, so I got a very special guest today, Alex, and this guy has blown up over the last year on social media. His videos have gone viral. He's specifically blown up in the trading market, and he actually has an education program. He's been trading, and Alex, maybe you can give everybody a 30-foot overview, just high-level overview of who you are, where you're from, and a little bit of background.
All right, for sure, man. So I'm a trader. I'm a Forex trader. Been doing this for roughly 4 years now. This would be officially my fifth year doing this. And yeah, just an overview of on Instagram, I do videos. The whole reason I do videos, my whole thing is just to make everything simple regarding trading. There's a lot of traders out there that make everything complicated. I like to educate, make it simple. And that's why I have a community to just help people and just bring that value.
Nice, man. And with those videos, man, your videos get, like, for it being about trading, which is not super mass market, right? Your videos get viewed, quite a bit. Like I think it's like 40, 50,000 views. I mean, I don't know what your average views are, right? Did that kind of happen overnight, or was it when you first started, it was kind of crickets and then you kept posting?
Well, I would definitely say it was more of like an overnight thing because I used to do the same education videos, but it was definitely more. It was more of like the headshot type videos, like the
Yeah,
average that you see on Instagram, right?
like
But
the
then
talking head.
yeah, exactly. And then I just started doing this series where basically it all started with my day one series. Like before that,
Yeah.
I would get roughly, still like okay views, like 3,000, 5,000. But it was really when I started that daily series where I just started off and I was just giving value for free, like everything that people like pay for, I was just saying it for free and just simplifying it down.
Nice. Yeah, I like how you have, like, you still are talking, but you kind of have the analysis on the chart, right? And is it like, it's people can see it, it's visual, it's education based. Is that your goal though, to basically give away what other people, usually charge for? Is that the deal?
I wouldn't necessarily not just my goal is just to simplify trading, like I feel a lot of I like to talk to my beginner audience a lot because it's usually the beginners that usually waste 3 to 4 years of their life hopping from strategy to strategy, hopping from mentor to mentor. And I just want to help, man. I just want to help just simplify it for them. That's pretty much it.
Nice, man. And when you were first kind of, getting into trading, or, when did you kind of decide, hey, I'm going to actually, start posting on social media? And was that always a goal in the back end, or was that something that just kind of popped up for you and it just kind of happened?
It was definitely a goal of mine, just because like once I had all the trading down, I knew that I wasn't one of these people that just say things to say them. Like I talked the walk, right? So
Mm,
and I walked the talk, and like basically how it went was I just started posting. Obviously, at first my videos weren't good. It just like I said, like cookie cutter videos, anybody can do them. It's just when I
mm.
started a series where people kind of saw like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, and he's saying in a level where I can understand.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. And with that being said, because so here's the thing on this podcast. Well, obviously we're talking about trading right now, right? But we talk about um, online business, building an online business. We talk about, skill sets that people should master to kind of, survive and make their way in the new economy, which I think the new economy, people that have attention, flourish and prosper. There was actually a woman that I met. She helps executives kind of rebrand themselves as executives, and not to start a business, but just to rebrand themselves so that they can get a VP role, or they can get, recruited by another company to be the CEO. So like, even in corporate America, brand image online matters. We do a lot of brand image stuff because we do a lot of we run a lot of ads. We have different brands. We have a software, actually, where if you wanted to, actually, we have a software where when you click a button, you can actually publish to like 30, 40 different, PR sites, press sites. So I guess my question to you was like, was your goal to work remotely online, or was it just to have freedom and not have a traditional job? What was your goal when you were getting into, trading and, building your social media presence?
No, yeah, man. So that's funny because the other day I saw this like motivational video, right? And the quote was that entrepreneurs aren't made; they're just, they open up. So like they already they already entrepreneurs from the beginning, right? So basically, that I definitely say that applies to me because ever since like just growing up, I just looked at these jobs, right? And it's not particularly that I didn't want to do those certain jobs. It's just that I knew it wasn't for me. And I always liked, that entrepreneur mindset where it's like, you have the freedom, you're doing what you love, you're helping other people do what they love. And yeah, it's just practically it, man. It's just, it was just always something I was interested to do.
Nice, man. Where are you based out of? What part of California?
LA.
LA. Okay. Did you go ahead and when you got into trading, did you have a mentor, someone that helped you, or did you kind of pick it up from YouTube University?
YouTube University is the best. I graduated with a PhD in it, and just
Okay. Nice. What was the hard part about? Because here the thing is, I think that YouTube now, even now, there's so much data and there's a new trend happening where people are literally just releasing full blown on courses, right? Online, and you could definitely figure it out. I think for new people, the hardest thing about going to YouTube University is I think that some people lean on it for too long. And what I mean by that is like you could one be studying the wrong guy and watching the wrong information, or you could be on YouTube and you're watching the video and you're trying to do it, and you could literally be a few tweaks away from making it work, but you quit too soon because you didn't actually have that support or guidance from someone that's actually done it before, right? So what are your thoughts though? Like when should somebody actually go out there and say, hey, I need a coach, I need a mentor?
Right. No, yeah. So someone should definitely say that they need a coach or mentor when, or well, firstly, I feel like it's way better to just start your trading journey with a mentor. Oh my gosh, maybe like if I would have started my trading journey when with a mentor, probably would have became profitable. I definitely know I would become profitable way faster. I don't know if I would have had the same simple mentality I have now, but I know I would have
Mm,
became profitable faster, right? However, let's say if you're in your journey, you're already like 6 months down the road, a year down the road. It just depends on your financial situation, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of mentors here, but they're charging, like four figures per mentorship. You know what I mean? So, really just depends on your financial situation. I wouldn't say it's like guaranteed, but it's a step in the right direction. So, probably a guideline would be like if you're like maybe a year and a half, 2 years into this, and you're still in the same spot that you were a year ago, 2 years ago, I would definitely start considering a mentor.
mm. When do you think is the right time for someone to actually start considering trading, right? Because you do need some capital to get started, even if you use a prop firm, or you do need some capital, right? So when would you say is the right time for someone to maybe look into it, and maybe who's not the right fit for trading?
Right. So firstly, it's financial and it's just mentality wise, right? So
Mm,
just the financial part first. It's like don't get into trading if realistically you don't have anything else bringing you money, right? Because that's like putting all your eggs in one basket, full on risk. I mean, you can think of it as high risk, high reward, but is it really though? Like it's not, it's way better to get into trading if you have some sort of passive income, or if you're realistically not, your rent doesn't depend on this trading thing. You know what I mean? Definitely another thing with the mentality wise, trading's not for you if you're mentally weak. Like if you can't handle the pressure of like losing money, if you can't handle the fact that this is probably going to take you probably like 3 years on average for you to like start seeing some sort of profit, then I would definitely say that don't consider trading, or consider trading if you're going to go the mentor route.
hmm. Got it. Yeah, yeah. If you're trying to do it on your own, definitely a few years, right? If you do the mentor route, I think it could be faster if you had the right person working with you. But I do like how you said have the cash flow coming in. because a lot of people a lot of people look into trading, they look into any online business, and some people are like, dude, I mean, this is crazy, but I just lost my job, so I'm thinking about starting this new thing. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. And I'm just like, dude, you got to get your cash flow right. And it is possible to do that. Like if you have a nest egg, don't get me wrong. I definitely, so I worked with a guy named Grant Cardone 10 years ago, and I was a sales and marketing manager with him. And I had some savings, and I started my business. And when I started it, I didn't have like 5 years of nest egg. I had a couple of months, and I started the business. But the thing that I had as an advantage was I had a skill set. I knew that if I could talk to the right people and had the right product, I could generate revenue. So I had a skill set, and that was the thing that I was able to lean on to get some cash flow. With that being said, for a lot of people, like I did go ahead and, dude, I definitely. I've traded. Like right now, I'm staying at my buddy's house in Mexico. Dude, he has a beautiful property. He has a chef. He has a maid. He has, everything set up, dude. He's living his dream life out here. He's making a few $100,000 a month. And point being is he trades, he trades on his end, but he did run a business before he traded that was doing about $20,000 a month. And I'm not saying you have to make a ton of money, but I think it's a good idea to have some cash flow so you're not fully dependent on it. And I think having the right skill set's important too, because tell me if you feel this, like a lot of people that get into trading, they have a bad relationship with money. So one, they don't feel certain about making it, like in the real, like outside of trading, they don't feel certain about making it. And number two is they have this relationship where like they can spend it easily on maybe buying new shoes or going out to a fancy restaurant, but it's hard for them to invest it and even maybe put it at risk in the market, and they start getting emotional about it. They want to make it back. They start getting greedy, right? So with that being said, dude, how do you kind of set up a plan for your students so that they can navigate through that? Or what are your thoughts on that, the mental side and relationships, with money?
Nah, man. So I would definitely agree with you with that sense of people, they just get too much emotional with money. Like realistically, how I deal with my students is, especially in the mentorship, not so much in the academy, but in the mentorship specifically, I tell my students, look, the money shouldn't be your goal. So because this is how I think, right? If you make money your goal, right, your reward system is going to be based on, oh, having money is good, not making money is bad, right? And I feel like that's very unhealthy, because if you log onto the charts and you're instantly saying, oh, I have to make this today, I have to make that today, you're already putting yourself in the mindset that like you're forcing these trades to happen. You know what I mean? So I always tell my students, like, don't make the money your goal, make the following your trading plan the goal. Because let's say you follow your trading plan, even if you lose or win that trade, you're still going to feel good about yourself because you followed your trading plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you use a prop firm on your end, or do you just trade with your own cash?
I just trade with my own cash. When I started off, I did use a prop firm just to scale up a capital, but then after that, I didn't need to anymore. I just use my own capital now.
What about for your students? Do you kind of have them use a prop firm, or do they use it just depends, situational?
Definitely depends, and realistically, it's because with my students, it's more of like a learning thing. Like I just put it straight to them because, like I said, I focus on the beginners. That's really my goal. Who I want to teach beginners, and I tell them look, this isn't like a join now and you're gonna make 30K in the next months or so. This is like join now, and I'm gonna help you save 3 years of your life. Not waste it. So realistically, what I have my students do is I teach them lessons, and then after that, I just, we start demo trading with them just to see their psychological aspect. And then after that, we start scaling them up to real capital, and we just talk.
Nice. And then when someone wants to work with you, let's talk about the business side, right? So on the business, you have you have 3 products or 2 products. You have the academy, and then you have the mentorship. Is that how it's broken down, or is there another community or anything, or that's in the academy?
Realistically, so there's the academy, right? But in the academy, there's different packages, you could say. For
Mm.
example, I would say three distinct packages in the academy itself, which is the first one is the free package, where obviously, as you know, anybody can join. It's more like a community thing. It's more like a networking thing. And then there's the second product where it's like it's more affordable, and then in that product they get like a course, they get signals, they get more hands-on things, they get daily
Mm.
lessons. And then the third product in the academy, it's live trading, so they get on a call with me, and
Oh,
then
nice.
not yeah, so it's like a group call where I'm just
Yeah.
showing my screen, and then basically I'm like analyzing it with them.
Yeah.
So that's the academy itself, and then there's the mentorship, where that's more straightforward, that's more like one-on-one, and
Mm.
they practically know what they're gonna get, which is like basically my knowledge.
Yeah, it's cool. How is that for you? Having an audience when you're trading, like mentally, like was it weird at first, or is it pretty? You're used to it now. It doesn't really make a difference.
It doesn't it doesn't really make a difference, man, because I know you're not asking me, but sometimes I preach at my church, and I'm preaching in front of like a lot of people in person.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely more used to it. I've always been like that type where I don't get I don't really get nervous under pressure. I just perform, and at the end of the day, like I've been doing
Mm.
this for so long where I'm already just confident in my skill. It's more like instead of me actually just doing what I'm doing, it's kind of me trying to teach other people how I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
Got it. Got it. No, that makes sense. And yeah, that's basically what I was asking. Was there any mental, or did it affect you mentally doing that? And yeah, you've been in this for 5 years now, right? So what do you think is next for you in terms of I guess the trading space, or what's your goal next? Obviously you're doing really well with social media, but what are your next aspirations, that next things you're going to work on?
Definitely just grinding here, man. Look, on Instagram, obviously that's doing really well. It's been bringing a lot of opportunities, right? Definitely trying to expand my content, for example, like on YouTube, on other platforms, more evergreen, like more lasting things that are more, they
Hmm.
monetize it, right? And then obviously just make my community bigger, have more opportunities happen, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm currently in the process of making a whole different office in my current house, so it's going to be really nice. Like, I'm just very excited for that part of the
Nice.
journey.
Nice, amazing. So you're going to focus more on long form content and things that are a little bit more evergreen aside from short form, because you're doing short form. I came across you on Instagram, but are you posting on YouTube and TikTok right now? Same strategy, or do you use a different strategy?
Definitely not on YouTube right now. I did open a channel, but I'm currently not posting on it because I'm just kind of waiting for that new office to finish, getting
Yeah.
built and everything. However, I do post on TikTok, but on TikTok, it's like a different strategy. I don't want to, the way I look at it is like, I kind of find it a little bit pointless sometimes when, like, if I had a lot of different social medias, but they all have like the same videos, I
Yeah.
kind of find, a bit basic. So the way I do it on TikTok is like I do like reactionary content with like I
Yeah.
react to different trading videos, I react to different traders, and then I just give my input. It's more like authority based content. It's not really like educational, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. It's a cool style. I've seen people do that. Yeah, I've seen people do that where they give their 2 cents, right? There's like a statement by someone, they kind of give their 2 cents on it. And then with that, so you have, how many followers do you have across, everything on social media?
I think right now, I think I have like 58,000 or something like that.
Nice, man. That's a lot of impact. So what were you doing before trading? Like, were you in school? What were you doing for work? Like, yeah, what'd that look like?
Before trading, man, I was just in high school. Then after high school, I graduated. Just did some side jobs here and there, like nothing too crazy, just you know, doing a normal job. And after that, it was really when, like I said, like when you have a certain amount of cash, flowing towards you, that's when I recommend try to look into trading. Obviously you shouldn't be risking your own money when you start trading, but that's what I did. Obviously I did a rookie mistake, but yeah, so realistically that's what I was doing.
Got it. And then when you were growing up, did you have an idea of like what did you know? Hey, I want to. You talked about this earlier, right? Where you said, hey, I think entrepreneurs, are entrepreneurs, right? So growing up, did you know you wanted to do something a little different, or did you have another aspiration?
Mm, well, when I was younger, it was more of like I kind of didn't, because I come from a Hispanic household, so like the way
Mm-hmm.
we look at it, it's not really like, oh, what do you want to do? It's more like how much is this thing gonna make you? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's more of like it's not really like, oh, I want to do this job. It's more like I want to do the job that brings in the most cash. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, like at first, it was like I wanted to be an anesthesiologist, so it was like it was gonna be a lot of learning and stuff, right? But then, through the years, that's when I was like, I kind of want to do, I want to do something that I enjoy, which is like the entrepreneur, building a business, doing trading and stuff like that. It was really neat to me at the time, and it still is.
Nice, man. So you guys started pretty young then. So after high school, when did you? So if you don't mind me asking, dude, how old are you?
Right now I am 23.
Okay, so you got started in this whole space like right after high school. You started, trading basically. Do you know Leo
Mm,
in LA? No? Okay.
no.
I mean, dude, yeah, it was a long shot. I was just curious. So with that being said, man, how do you kind of break up your day right now and how do you manage it, right? With trading, I know you have different coaching classes, right? How do you kind of structure your day right now to be able to handle everything with social media and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, man. Is it cool is it all right if I show you? Because I
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
have it like
sure. Yeah, yeah.
so I do everything with a whiteboard.
Wow.
No, yeah, I do everything with a whiteboard just because I'm more of like a hands-on type of person. I'm already on social media enough as it is, so I'm like I kind of get tired of being always on my phone, always on my computer. So I kind of just like writing my day out. I know it's like it's way more effort, it's way more, you know, I have to do more, but I just like it because I can just wake up, I see it right there. I always see it throughout my day, and that's pretty much it.
So that's your whole day planned, or is that just that's for the week? Because it looked like there was a lot of stuff on there.
No, yeah. So realistically, how it works is just that's my whole week planned. However, I only have the times that are like the most important. And usually it's like, it's like my student sessions with the people that are in my mentorship. It's what times I need to post signals at. It's daily lessons. It's what times I need to post.
Mm.
Because right now, like obviously I'm doing my whole trading thing, but recently I did open another account where it's more of like me spreading like the word of God and stuff like that. So that's taking a bit of my day, but it's for the Lord, so I don't mind at all. And yeah, it's just important things throughout my day that I can't really miss out on. I have to do them. So
Nice, man. And that's more of like a passion project, right? You know a guy named RC Simon? Does that name ring a bell?
maybe if
RC.
I saw him, but not
He
like not
he
by the
does
name.
a lot of content about Christ, but he ties it into biblical principles and business. And he just posts a lot of stuff. But it's more of just you kind of sharing like a message of the day, right? So when you're making all this content, are you making it for the month or are you making it like for the week to come?
No, man, like the way I do it is just because I'm like I work pretty fast, right? And I kind of like to have stuff on my day. So I know it's kind of like orthodox what I'm about to say, but the way I do content, I just do it daily. Like realistically, I record, I edit, I post the same day. Like I do all that daily. And it's just because it keeps me busy. Like I like because as a trader, right? That's the thing with trading. It's cool because you get this entrepreneur, like you get this freedom, but it also frees up a lot of your day. And I've always been that type of person that likes to do a lot of things throughout my day. So that I know it's not like ideally optimal, but it's like it's what I do. You know what I mean? And I'm able to do it, so it's cool.
Nice, man. No, it's definitely something where I met other content creators that do it like that. One of my exes, dude, she had a little over 2 million followers and she started from 2000 and she would just make her video every day and then post it, right? Do you ever find like what do you do when you have a slump or you already kind of have a format down? It's easy for you to do it, or do you what's that creative process look like for you?
Realistically, man, like the creative process is like at first, I would say like my first day series videos, right? That's what I like to call it. It was more like, okay, what's an idea that I had struggled with when I was a beginner? What did I struggle with? And then I just wrote a script for it, right? And it's not really like a script that I read word for word. It's more like a guideline. So realistically, how I do it now though is just I have everything automized to the point where like I basically just I use ChatGPT where I tell them like, okay, I want to talk about this. These are the main points I really want to touch. Just format it for me. So I basically just give it all the information I want to talk about, and all it does is like space out everything how I like it, puts my hook at the top and stuff. It just makes that process a little bit easier. And yeah, and then after that, I just I turn on my LED lights in the back. I put my RGB light, and then yeah, I just record. And then after that, I record on my computer. Like I screen record it, right? And then yeah, I just edit it, and then I post it.
Boom. That's it. No, it's amazing. And I like that you use ChatGPT. It's definitely a good tool. We use it a lot for emails, and yeah, I'll use it for ads. I'll use it. I'm not the best with grammar, so I'll just throw it in there. Hey, fix the grammar on this, right? So that's cool. Nice, man. So for everybody watching, dude, like what is like some inspiration maybe? What's been your biggest day in terms of profits, right? Your business where you're like, man, I can't even believe this happened. Praise the Lord. Like what's been that day where you've done the most revenue, done the most profit?
It's not gonna sound like a lot, but realistically, it's not really about the profit. It's about like the context behind the profit, right? So, realistically, when I was starting out, I was trading, right? You have to mind you, it's just this guy from that he was in high school making nothing, and then he's been working for like 2 years now, trying to really cement himself in trading, learning everything, right? And then obviously with trading there comes a lot of struggles mentally, like parents that doubt, people that doubt you and things like that, right? But then it was my first week where it was around like I would say like 3K or something like that, like 3 to 4K, where it was just like I did that in roughly like 2 trades, and I was like, wow, I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it. And then like after with my business, right, it was those days where like at the end of the week I basically made what some people it takes them like 3 weeks to make, but I did it in like only 2 days or something like that. And I was so it's definitely about persevering, because if you don't persevere in this trading industry or anything, you're just not going to reach your full potential, man. And at the end of the day, like I can't really give myself the credit. I give all honor and glory to God.
Nice, man. Obviously, even for, I mean, dude, like where you started to also your age, man. I mean, I'm just kind of taking a guess, but I'm guessing ballpark, dude, you're probably making like, 20 G's a month, at least 20 to 30, right? Yeah. So,
Well, I'm not gonna say, but like, nice guess.
Hey,
I mean, like,
we're all glory to God. But point being is like you like in your age bracket, you're actually, dude, I'm pretty sure you're in the top 1% for your age bracket in terms of income, right? And to really think about that, like a few years ago, you were maybe in the middle or on the lower end, right? So to have that progression is really amazing, and I think it's inspirational for a lot of people to see it's it is possible, and it doesn't have to take a long time if you have the right discipline. And I would also say the thing that too is like, I know that it sounds like I know you said you preach and stuff, right? I'm guessing outside of work you're pretty disciplined, you have good ethics, you have good probably good people around you as well, right? I think that's important as well.